Hello and welcome to another edition of Toys from the Attic, where we reach the end of the Ghostbusters segment. Seeing as how the Ecto one and the Firehouse both tied in their votes, I decided we'll be reviewing both of them. First starting off with the Ecto one, and then the Firehouse. So without further ado, let's take a closer look at these guys. Okay, so here we have the Ghostbusters classic car and main form of transportation, the Ecto one. Now this isn't the original Ecto one I grew up playing with. Sadly, that one has yellowed with age. This is a second Ecto one that I had won off of eBay. Despite that, I cannot fully express just how much I loved this toy growing up. I'm not 100% sure if I can call it my favorite, but it's definitely in my top 10. I used to take it to almost every family function and played with it all the time. And I have to admit that back then, this toy was very sturdy. I used to like to roll it off the stairs or roll it into the wall to simulate some of the crashes that the Ghostbusters would get into on the show. Okay, now like I said, I got this guy off of eBay, so it's actually missing a few of its stickers, mainly the ones on the sides right here, which actually displayed the Ghostbusters logo. However, it does still have its back window and back logo still in pretty good condition, along with the Ecto 1 license plate decal on the front and back. It's not surprised that a lot of stickers don't last on these things, because the doors used to get a lot of wear and tear, especially from being open, and these things were made to be just taken all over the place and played with, so it's not surprising that some of these stickers fell off. Now, as far as accuracy goes, it's not movie accurate, but I will say it's show accurate. I've looked back at the cartoon again, and they used to have the front slope down like this a lot, and it looks more like it stepped out of the cartoon, but that's okay because that's what the line that it followed from. As far as the top goes, there's not too much detailing as far as the equipment goes, but this is more based off the original Ecto 1 from the first movie as opposed to the second movie, where they added a lot more stuff to it. You can see that the equipment up here has some nice detailing. You can see some wires. If anyone ever wanted to go in there and customize and paint these things to add some more detail, that would be pretty good. I have seen some people actually cut holes in the top and take the electronics from the Extreme Ghostbusters line and put it on top here and make the Ecto 1 light up, or stick little lights in here and create a little battery pack. So these are very customizable, as I will show one day when I get into my custom corner section on the Ecto 1 that I have customized. It would have been neat if they had little decals right here to simulate the black and yellow stripes that are on the movie. However, I do think the Ecto 1A figure or toy, it's not a figure, it's a toy or a vehicle, came with those decals. Now, as I was saying, it's the ambulance lights here are actually clear plastic, and they're all one solid piece that connects with the windows, and that's kind of a neat feature. Gives them that nice transparency look, and if you have the right light pot going through them, they can light up. Now, the Ecto 1 actually came with a chair that went on top, and forgive me because I do not have the two blaster guns. Let me see if I can adjust this so you can see. I do not have the two blaster guns that go with it that would actually help shoot, but the idea here was that you can place one of the Ghostbusters, I'm going to put Peter up here, in the chair, belt him in because Ghostbusters always wear their seatbelts, and he can fire off the blasters, or, well, they didn't have missiles, but you can make it seem like he's shooting any ghosts that were coming by, and his chair could swivel. It was a pretty neat feature. However, Ray would probably be the one who was on top of the Ecto 1, seeing as how he did that in the show more often. I'm going to take that off. It just slides off. It rolls pretty nice. Actually, it rolls better than my original one. My original one now has kind of a squeak on it. The doors open up on the sides, just revealing to where you could only sit two characters in there. Just for purposes right now, I'm going to put Winston in here. So they can actually sit in here, and they were actually kind of loose, but you could fit you could probably fit all four Ghostbusters on the vehicle, with one on the top, one on the side, and then actually one in the back, as so with Egon. Now, as far as the back goes, the door doesn't actually open from the side. It actually opens from the back, kind of like this, and folds down. It's not that bad of a feature. I mean, you can't really expect too much, like to open up from the side. It just probably wouldn't work that well. And I don't know, and then you couldn't really do the neat feature or the gimmick that this toy actually comes with. Before I actually get into the actual gimmick, another thing you can do with this toy is actually you could put the seat right back here and have it slide kind of in and out, and one of the characters could shoot from the back, depending on how you want it, in case you didn't want the seat actually to be up here. This was actually a nice feature, so you didn't actually... Oh, wow, they just fell right out of there. This was actually a nice feature because that would mean that you didn't have to have them always up here, and it was neat that you could remove this seat. I'll get back into the importance of that later on when we go review the firehouse. Another neat thing that if you ever wanted to, you could actually have this seat double as a pack, the thing that actually holds the pack, or the pack rack in the back to slide out, and you can actually stick, probably if the proton beams weren't so long, you could stick all your proton packs on there and have the guys come out and get them. Now as far as the gimmick goes, let me pull this out. The Ecto 1 had this neat claw, and there was actually a little hook up in there. Probably can't see it right there, but you could see the string that this, you would just wrap the string around that hook. And this claw was designed to come with these little, well, the Ecto 1 came with this little orange ghost, and the claw would grab around the Ecto 1, and you can drag it along. Now, back under here, there is the exhaust pipe. And now this is actually a neat little ingenious feature on this toy. Back then we didn't have buttons or other stuff, or nowadays you would have a button that you would press and this would retract the claw. Back then it's just a little switch that you would just move the exhaust pipe over, and it would push these gears over into this mechanism, and so when you rolled it along, let me just get a little bit closer here. You can see the ghost actually gets pulled and sucked inside. This is actually kind of a neat thing, so it's very, for being such low tech, it's very simple, and then you can just switch it right back, and the gears don't actually inhibit the movement of the vehicle at all. As far as this toy goes, I still have to say it is one of my most favorite things in my collection. I'd actually say I like it a lot more than even the firehouse that I'm going to be reviewing. However, I will say that the firehouse does have its own special meanings for me. Anyways, this has been a look at the Real Ghostbusters Ecto 1. Once again, thank you for watching. If you like what you've seen today, please feel free to subscribe or leave a comment below in the comment section. I hope you all enjoyed looking back at these Ghostbusters action figures as much as I have.